video I will teach you what is inside this star charger. Basically this is a old star charger. This is inside. See, that's see. Basically there are maybe the torchlight is so there are 600 milliamp 5 volt. Now what is see inside? Now basically these are not difficult, just open it. All we need, you can see there's a wire broken, maybe there's a fault is, and there's a spring, this plunger which can plug, and there are negative. So outer bottom is negative, inner bottom is positive, and this tiny little circuit is. Now I'm saying what didn't show you. So that means I am thinking it is a problem. Well, I can open it right now for front of the you can see there are wires broken. Maybe there's a main fault. Now test it. Now I am the 12 volt because it is plugged in tar is also 12 volt battery. Outer shell is there and inner shell will be at a positive. So it cannot drop power, but output is LEDs turn on. That means indicate it can work. But the problem is only wire is broken. That is the main problem. May I can pull this unit full out completely? I think not completely because there's a wire broken issue. I'm also confirmed maybe open completely. I'm showing you what it is only wire issue and other some issue is also them because well I checked output voltage. So output voltage is come to these two pins. Negative point is there and positive point is there. So this case I can use this voltmeter which is analog voltmeter which is the negative right there. Be carefully not short circuit. If short circuit is so that's why maybe if some force worth but it can keep. Accidentally this spring or probes are touching to the other, that's why my first place turn off. Now I can connect this wire for this point. Meaning yes it's 5 volt. You can see 12 volt output is 5 volt, meaning this is okay. Only problem is wire. But in the end I can repair it. But right now I can see a circuit diagram. Circuit diagram, that's first time then see what is in their part. There are capacitor, input capacitor which is rated 50 volt 4.7 microfarad, output capacitor is 100 microfarad 16 volt, and there's an inductor. That means there are bus regulator circuit, step down one. So there are another ohm resistor for LED, and there are 1 and 477 diode, and there is one other resistor. And let's close the power supply and those are circuit first. So there are circuit diagram. So the input is though negative though this capacitor negative main filter capacitor to IC input, and those capacitor in as well as IC as well as, and I cannot written in right now to IC pin number 1 and IC pin, this is IC pin number 7, and this is a pin called 1 is this side. So pin number 1, 2 is also pin number 2 is output which is connecting the output capacitor 1000 microfarad 16 volt to output another ohm with LED as well as the LED other side is connected to a negative output capacitor, and there is the output main point which is that 5 volt, and this output capacitor and input capacitor negative is joined together. It is a common, but there are difference than output. This output is not inductor which inductor other side is connected with the IC pin number 3 as well as the diode to input. So this is a bus regulator circuit. Bus regulator is that when voltage is though in this passes smooth as though this diode to though this tile to this output capacitor and output. Same time this tile input as well as this IC is on build MOSFET, so this big D. This pin number 7 to pin number 2, that's this voltage flow with the diode cross inductor cross ground. So that's this is inductor are magnetized. When it turn off, the magnetic is converted to the opposite magnetic field, which then generate AC voltage. Negative is though that this way to charge this capacitor, and positive though if positive is present right there, so it can do. So basically this is an inductor. So this inductor wire, it is also matter inductor winding which can wind the upper clockwise and anti-clockwise. This case may be clockwise. If winding is wind clockwise, so positive voltage can do that this capacitor, and negative voltage flow with this diode to do. So although it is a AC, but this time is live though this way neutral dose rectified and signal diode rectification to do this capacitor, and this capacitor and give output. Give a same fundamental. This build MOSFET cross these two pins. Or two. One and 7 and 1 is also input supply is, and this is a feedback one. So if change is resistor, it may be change output of feedback, but I don't change because I open this thing is first time. So design little circuit is for this IC and on build everything, and these three pins is pin 8, pin 6, pin 5 are not used right now. Although if one thing I mention right now, because if you don't if you have this module for your task, problem is that this module is burned. So you can see there are this. If you can change this, if you have an old tar one, so you can change the this damaged one. So what are you need? You can remove this module. We change a 705 regulator, which is also build a 5 volt, 12 volt to 5 volt regulator, because there are this is a positive line. You can all we need to remove this point, that the regulator input, and this one is regulator negative and regulator positive and output positive. I mean regulator positive. Connect this red wire and black wire is connected regulator ground. So all we need, and also need that capacitors 1000 microfarad 16 volt for input, which is connected the positive for the positive point of input regulator, input positive for regulator, and negative for common, and other 5.1 volt or 10 volt 1000 microfarad capacitor and 1000 microfarad capacitor, which is connected positive for output of the regulator 5 volt side, and positive for 5 volt side, and negative to commonly ground. Otherwise may turn your car battery up and down. This case your cell phone is some spite that takes damage. But in my case, everything is fine, only wires removed. So all you need to do, right this point we need a soldering, but without soldering I can repair, because I didn't click this wire, positive wire connect with this LED series parallel with LED point, and otherwise connect with this resistor point. If both points connect LED, for this is another ohm resistor. Right now I not use the LED. I mean this resistor right now. But I mean that this wire will connect at this LED point, and this wire is connect right there, which takes this limited resistor for LED. I don't connect this wire to this point. I connect one wire of this resistor one point, and other wire is connected there, because this resistor this point, this wire is connecting this point. This resistor is also connected to this capacitor negative, because this resistor point or this capacitor point negative point is common together. Otherwise, if connect right other side of the resistor, this resistor series. So the resistor and damage, because phone need eye current. And this video is done. We will next see you soon.